Brad Blanks, and I'm here with
Ira Glass.
Mr. Glass. It's good to be in your company. How are you feeling? Oh, really? Did you feel? Oh, is the aura already good?
Yes, it is. Yes.
The Webby Awards. Yeah. What goes on for a man who's, plowed the fields in radio, and now you're here into the 21st century technology?
You're asking like what goes through my mind if I stand here? Yeah. I heard there were free drinks. That's right. That's what goes through my mind.
Look at this. I mean, you're a man that would walk around with just a recorder and go up and interview people as a young cadet radio journalist.
Yes.
And now you come to the Webby Awards. Give me an analysis of this as a radio lover.
Well, honestly, like this doesn't seem like a place where you'd get a very interesting story. Like I feel like, for one thing, famous people are almost disappointingly boring all the time. And the level of famous person here isn't quite famous enough to be absolutely mesmerizing. So you have two strikes against you there. And like, what's somebody going to tell you? You know, I think it's a kind of a doomed, as a reporting situation. I mean, I don't want to, I feel like what it requires is resourcefulness and grit. That's all a reporter can bring to it. And frankly, I respect the energy that you are bringing to this.
So you're looking at me kind of feeling sorry for me in a way, as from one report. Like, in effect, you're Barbara Walters to a young man here.
Not feeling sorry, just giving proper respect to somebody who's out with a very difficult job.
Right, got you.
As a brother. I say that as a brother.
Thank you very much. Now, in the great life at the moment, the political scene, how did you handle Wienergate?
We didn't cover it on our show. It got covered by other people.
So you only go for specific stories?
We go for the stuff that seems most interesting to us, so we feel like other people aren't doing.
Are stories not interesting anymore in America, these ones that we see on the 24-hour news cycle?
Well, no, some of them. I mean, if you can't be interested in an Anthony Weiner story, you're not alive. Like, that's just inherently interesting. Like somebody throwing away everything they've spent their life building up for something so stupid. Like, that's Greek tragedy. I mean, that's just like fascinating. But no, I just feel like everybody's heard that story now. Like we'll get somebody else, And we generally stick to the non-famous. I feel like you can get stories that are pretty dramatic and funny from people who are not famous, and that's our gig.
In final words, any advice for a man like myself? As I said to Barbara Walters before, I once asked her for advice, and she told me to turn the radio recorder on when I started interviewing her. Any advice for me as a, not so young anymore, but balding, oafish, sweating kind of reporter who has a camera now that's really a radio guy?
I would say amuse yourself. It seems like you're doing that just fine. I think that's the key. Honestly, I think like when people talk about what makes journalism interesting, I think the most interesting journalism comes from the people who are out for fun, to amuse themselves. And it seems like, you're doing just fine.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Glass.
Okay.